Well, we're really grateful you're putting your energy behind this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mark. We're going to shift to the other side of the panel and talk to Mark Odom for a second. Mark, got a question for you about your involvement with the spinal cord injury community and, of course, NARIC. You're working to improve employment opportunities, of course, for people with disabilities. What are the biggest challenges at present as you see them?
Lance, I think the biggest thing is education. We have employers, they want to do the right thing. They really do. I think people with disabilities, they want jobs. So everybody here wants the same thing. We want this to go to work, but yet we still are far away from the goals that we set. And it comes down to employers need better education on what the workforce can do, what they bring to the table, and how not only is it a good thing to do, but the right thing to do. And it is an improvement on their product in the long run. The diversity of it all, bringing all of the different minds together. So educating the employers and having them help them buy in, take the next step. It's almost like, again, they want to do the right thing, but they're not quite too sure which way to go about doing it. So education on that side. The education on the side of the people with disabilities is, how do you go about setting yourself in the right place to take advantage of the opportunity. You have skills, you know you can do the job. What do you do to get your foot in that door? How do you take that step forward? We have a lot of programs now with mentorship, which helps that out quite a bit. I think we have programs where self-employment is now being talked about as an option to being employed and moving forward with that. Transitioning people from school to work. We're now at a point where everybody that has gone to school from IDA on has been mainstream, and they've been in schools with everyone else. And now they get to add to high school and they get to graduate. Now they're into that competitive employment stage, and what do they need to do to take that transition? So it's the education on both sides, and I think that there's a lot of research out there. Certainly NARIC sees a lot of research. There's a lot of research going on at NIDER and ACL. So that data and that information is there. It's just getting it out to the people and getting them better educated.
Excellent. A quick follow-up then, you kind of referenced this a bit, Mark, but what do you see as far as advances are concerned? The programs are successful in helping people with disabilities succeed in competitive integrated employment, or in efforts to help employers to be a little more supportive and inclusive?
I think along the same sort of lines, certainly the mentorship pieces have been doing very well. You have someone that you can walk in their footsteps, or you can be guided along with that. Just moving the service employment service providers from shelter workshop employment and recreational services to integrated inclusive programs. We're not far from there. I think in some ways I'm really excited because so many good things are happening. As I said before, the research shows that the employment rates are going down, unemployment rates are going down slowly, but they are going down. And it is a matter of just persistence, continuing on.
So, and with that in mind, Curtis, you were named MLB's Ambassador of Inclusion. That's a big job. What does it entail?
Well, first of all, I was honored to be appointed to be the Major League Baseball Ambassador for Inclusion, and they've never had anyone. They're very concerned on people with disabilities in all aspects of baseball, and I took that as the responsibility to help SDK, help all 30 clubs, not only all 30 clubs, but also Major League Baseball, to find ways to improve inclusion and accessibility in all levels of baseball. Whether it be minor league, major league, front office, state of operation, stadium. Right now, we're working on a big project, which is to renovate the website, the ADA page on every club website, and to get them to provide as much information about the stadium, the state of accessibility, so that way people with disability can become more comfortable in going to the ballpark, be able to enjoy the baseball game just as much as any other fan. And yeah, that's what I've been working on right now. It's a long process, but I try to get involved with the community. Try to encourage clubs to have more camps, clinics, especially with PBATS. We wanted to have clinics for children with disabilities on the baseball field, so that way they feel like they're a part of the atmosphere and be able to experience just like a real major leaguer. And that was the point, because you cannot even imagine how be that type of environment we do for kids with disabilities, because it gives them a sense of self-confidence, knowing that they can achieve whatever goals they want to accomplish. I have many different resources that I work with, but that's.
Well, we're really grateful that you have the weight of Major League Baseball behind you and your example really changing attitudes in ways we could never, ever do that. And Jim, your work, can you describe some of your work with the Foundation for Children with Tourette's syndrome?
Yeah, kind of in a nutshell, what I've done is, because of the help that I received as a kid and all through my childhood, and then into baseball, when I left baseball, be able to come back, and just being able to have real positive experiences, help, and getting the chance to play a game that I loved as a kid, knowing that the questions my mom and dad had when I was a kid, there are so many families now that have the same questions, and they just want to know the same simple answers. Will my kid be okay? Is he going to be able to get a job? Is he going to be able to go to school? And those are the things that we always question. So when the Royals first got me back from being retired for a couple of years, they jumped right on me asking if I wanted to meet with families, in the local Kansas City area. And yeah, I'd love to talk to them, and there were kids that had Tourette, because now we know others had it too. And I always say this, an obligation, not because it was supposed to be, but it was the greatest feeling in the world to actually talk to a family and see the parents' eyes light up when they saw me, and I could tell them that I was doing the same things their child was doing when I was their age. It's like, okay, you're gonna be okay, and when I first started that, I was wearing a uniform. When I was done playing Major League Baseball, I didn't wear a uniform, but I felt like it was healthy for me to do that. It was a benefit to me too, even though now my focus was on helping them get those answers before they had to go through some of the stuff that I did. And so that's what we do. My foundation is based on awareness and to be a resource for these children and families to get the help and answers that they're looking for. And that's basically what we do.
Well, they're very, very lucky to have you doing that.
I'm lucky to have them too, and all the.
That's awesome, Jim. Yeah, thank you. So, being aware of time, let's wrap up with one more question, really for all the panelists. If you could maybe just take a quick minute and share with us your thoughts about advice that you would give youth with disabilities who are thinking about future employment. And then the second part of that question, what about employers? What advice do you have to them for hiring and advancing people with disabilities? So kind of a two-part question. We'll start with Mark. Be sure to turn your microphones on. Thank you.
I've thought a lot about this, how to make a difference. I've sat down with our community relations people, our human resources department, to discuss things that we could do, potential hires that we can make even within our sports medicine team. I think more importantly, I think it's just spreading the word that the opportunity is there, and as both Curtis and Jim have mentioned, you have to believe in that dream, and I just think that you just believe until you can't believe it. We get so many questions from people, we get calls over and over from people when they know what you do. You know, well, hey, my son's got a shoulder problem, who do I need to go see, or whatever. We're always giving advice to people in the community. And what's amazing is you know, I got a phone call yesterday from a mother whose son's going through some pretty rough transitional changes in his life, and part of the resources that I've come up with, outside of just an orthopedic or a thoracic surgeon or someone like that we normally use, is now I have no problem recommending or giving them names of people that can help them advance, you know, through, you know, whether it be, you know, whatever form of disability it may be. But I think the biggest part is to speak and to talk and to get it out there, and have answers when people do come to you.